The city of Almería welcomed us for 3 days, and what you're going to see in the video is what we discovered and the suggestions for places to visit that we have for you if you're planning a trip to Almería. In the previous 2 videos, we saw the beginning of our journey, Mojácar in the first one and Cabo de Gata in the second. Now we've come to the capital. As we explore what to see and do in this city, we'll be passing by many places that have served as settings for famous movies and TV series. With Europa by my side, let's begin. What to see in the city of Almería? First activity in Almería, a free tour of the
city. This building is the Convent of the Immaculate Conception.
We chose to do this free walking tour in the evening, and it was a wonderful idea. Our first contact with the city was with Marcos, a phenomenal tour guide from the city of Almería. He introduced us to the history of this city, which was founded in the year 955 by the Arabs, becoming one of the great capitals of Al-Andalus and its main port.
The visit to the Alcazaba lasts about a couple of hours, 2.5, maybe 3 hours. It really depends on how much time you want to spend. This is a general tour of the old town.
Almería then became a great city, which after Córdoba was the most influential and prosperous city on the Iberian Peninsula and one of the richest in the entire Islamic world. To get an idea of this part of the city's history, we'll start with its Alcazaba. The Alcazaba of Almería is one of the largest Muslim structures in Spain, which was built by Abd al-Rahman III in the 10th century after the founding of the city. We did this tour in the morning so we could enjoy it with fewer people. The Alcazaba is currently divided into 3 sections. The first 2 are of Islamic origin, and the third is a castle built by the Catholic monarchs after the Christian conquest of Almería in 1489. Here we are at one of the first filming locations that we will see during this video. Actually, it's from a series, Game of Thrones. This part of the Alcazaba appears in the 6th season in 2 of the episodes as the Water Gardens of Dorne. In previous seasons, the Kingdom of Dorne, belonging to the Martell family, was filmed at the Alcazar of Seville, but for the 6th season, they chose the Alcazaba of Almería. In the Alcazaba and its surroundings, countless movies have been filmed before Game of Thrones, such as Cleopatra, Patton, Conan the Barbarian, and Indiana Jones, among others. Visitor information. It is closed on Mondays. The rest of the week, it opens at 9 a.m., but closing times vary depending on the season. and on Sundays, it closes earlier. Admission is free for citizens of the European Union, and for all other visitors, the cost is €1.50. There are options to book a guided tour. I think it could be interesting because of the additional information provided. On the blog, I'm sharing all the details and site links as usual. Although we could spend hours walking with the sound of water in the background through this wonderful structure, we left it and headed to our next stop. La Almedina. Almedina is the city's oldest neighborhood. Located next to the Alcazaba, we've already explored it on the free tour, but it's always nice to walk its streets again. All these routes that we are showing you within the city are done on foot. It's very easy to get around. The distances aren't long, so let's walk. Later in the video, we will show you the hotel where we stayed and give you its details. For years and years, Almería was chosen as the setting for major productions. That's how we came across another movie set, this time Indiana Jones. During the filming of Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, Almanzor Street, below the Alcazaba, served as the setting to represent the Turkish city of Alexandretta and Indiana's escape while he was being chased. Leaving this spot, we head to the next must-see in the city of Almería, its cathedral. The Cathedral of the Incarnation stands imposingly before our eyes. It's beautiful. Its construction dates from 1522 to 1562. It's worth visiting the interior, but also take time to observe all the exterior details. Visiting hours are from Tuesday to Saturday, from 10 o'clock to 2:30 and from 4 o'clock to 7 o'clock. The general admission price is €5. We found that they were preparing a celebration at the time we visited. The cathedral square was also used as a movie set. Scenes from the 1970 film Patton were filmed here. Now let's go to the next must-see in the city, Constitution Square, also known as Old Square. In this beautiful square, we find the City Hall. The Monument to the Martyrs of Liberty, and the Almería Heritage Interpretation Center. We will head to the latter, and now you will see the pleasant surprise you will find there. The Interpretation Center is an interesting museum that has a permanent collection and temporary exhibitions on its 3 floors. The advice is to go up to the rooftop. You will have amazing views of the city of Almería. Judge for yourself with these images. It's worth it, isn't it? Admission is free, and the hours are Tuesday to Saturday, from 10:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m., and from 6 to 9 p.m. On Sundays from 10:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. I recommend it to you. The next visit we will make will be to the shelters from the Spanish Civil War. The underground shelters of Almería were built in response to the air and sea bombings that the population suffered during the Spanish Civil War. This led to the decision to build underground shelters with a total length of more than 4 kilometers, an operating room, and the capacity to house about 40,000 inhabitants of the city at that time. It's a visit I recommend if you're interested in history. We enjoyed doing it. It moved us the whole time. The visit begins with an audio-visual presentation featuring stories from people who lived during that time. That way, they prepare us for what we'll see soon. The visit is guided through a section of these underground shelters in the city of Almería. The recommendation is to get your ticket in advance. We had done it online before starting the trip, and it was a good thing because there were no tickets left for that time. Let's keep in mind that there are capacity limits now, so it doesn't hurt to make a reservation in advance. As always, I'll leave you the links to the site. The entrance fee is €3 hours are Tuesday through Sunday from 10:30 onward, and the closing time varies depending on the season. After this visit that leaves you moved, we're going to change things up at the Central Market. Thank you!
About to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't...
Visiting the markets in cities is something I always enjoy doing. If you've been watching the previous videos before these from Almería, when we were in Barcelona, you probably saw that we visited quite a few markets. So in Almería, a visit to its market was a must.
This is what we waited.
If you enjoy markets and haven't seen Barcelona's, check the description.
Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living.
This late 19th century building, a magnificent example of what's called iron architecture, is a lovely stop if you want to mingle with the locals. In the same place, you'll find a very beautiful architectural space and many stalls with samples of products from Almería. A tempting stroll, isn't it? The Central Market of Almería was the first public market and the largest one in the city for a long time. It's located near the Puerta de Purchina, which is where we're heading now.
We're on the run. This is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out.
The Puerta Purchina is this wide square where until the mid-19th century there was one of the entrance gates to the walled city.
Be free. In the Arab period,
This entrance to the city was known as Puerta de Pechina, but due to a mistake by the Christians, since the Reconquest, it has been known as Puerta Purchina. It was from 1855, with the demolition of the walls, that the square began to become the heart of the modern city. Here we find the House of Butterflies, an iconic building declared a site of cultural interest. You can't miss a visit to Puerta de Purchina, both during the day and at night. We take a few steps and go to visit the Aljibes de Gérone. The Aljibes de Giron are a work of Andalusi hydraulic engineering. They were ordered to be built in the 11th century under the rule of Giron, ruler of the Taifa of Almería. They were part of the water network created to supply the population and the troops. The water network of Almería did not supply water to private homes, so people relied on public fountains and troughs. Currently, the structures known as the Arab Cisterns of Giron are used as an exhibition and conference space. It's a tour that will take you very little time. As we said, it's very close to the Puerta de Puchena, so if you have a little time to spare, you should go see them. Admission is free, it's closed on Mondays, and the opening hours vary on the other days, so I'll leave the schedule on the blog for you. We now continue along the Paseo de Almería, which is a promenade in the city that runs between the Puerta de Puchena and the Plaza Emilio Pérez, where it meets the Rambla de Belén. It's the main commercial area. Now we will head to the Walk of Fame.
We'll get away to a place where we don't know.
We mentioned throughout this video that Almería was the setting for many movies, so it welcomed many artists, both directors and actors. And on this walk, in true Hollywood style, we find their stars. We find them next to the Cervantes Theater.
Walk of make it somehow, we can't miss out. The lights out, die with my own doubts. Be free with me.
Many of these actors and directors who came to the city to shoot the films stayed at the Grand Hotel Almería. That's why inside we find the photos commemorating them.
Walk of Fame.
Not looking back, eyes on the freeway, Bonnie and Clyde, a classic cliche. We're on the run, this is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow.
A lovely walk takes us to the Plaza de las Velas. Walk of Fame. This plaza, with several ornamental fountains that lead to the port and the capital's beach, is used as a meeting point for many events. And here you find the typical sign with the name of the city, so you can take some nice photos and have a good memory of Almería. And from here, we visited another part of the city with a different charm, the kind you find when you reach the coast, and the landscape of the cities changes. So, we took a walk and arrived at the Cabo Inglés.
Walk of Walk.
The Cabo Inglés in Almería is an old ore-loading pier that was used during the 20th century for transporting cargo between the train station and the ships in the port of Almería. The structure fell into disuse in 1973 and has survived to this day as an important example of the industrial heritage of that era. In 1998, it was declared a property of cultural interest for being an example of iron architecture in Andalusia. The unusual construction of iron, steel, and concrete is a pier that raises the level at Almadrivilas Beach to bring the cargo closer to the ships, thus making it easier to deposit it directly into the holds of the vessels. Through a railway branch, it was connected to the nearby Almería train station, where it would link up with the rest of the network. The days when trains loaded with minerals traveled through Almería station to the Cabo Inglés are gone, and no passengers pass through the old Almería train station anymore. New times in the railway world bring modern stations, but this station, which we mentioned was once connected all the way to the Cabo Inglés at the port, is truly worth admiring, so on this peaceful walk, we'll get closer to see it. The beauty and elegance of the century-old structure are well worth the visit.
Lights out, die with my own doubts.
Thank you.
With me. Be free.
But going back to the cable, let's go see the monument to the victims of the Mauthausen concentration camp. About 1,500 Andalusians were interned in the Mauthausen concentration camp, and only about a third of them made it out alive. Out of the more than 1,000 deaths, 142 were from Almería. We were going to visit Mauthausen in Austria in 2020, but that trip was cancelled, and it couldn't happen. They are tough visits, but I think you always have to engage with history. But, well, now let's clear our minds a bit and go to the beach. The coast of Almería is beautiful, as we've already seen, and the city of Almería is no exception.
We don't know.
This area is beautiful, relaxed, and very different from all the historical places we saw, like the Alcazaba, the Almedina, or the whole area we walked through earlier.
We'll get away. This is
What I can tell you is that now you must be realizing that you'll need at least 2 days for this whole tour, if not 3, because we haven't even talked about the food, and going out to eat in the city is an experience in itself. The variety you'll find is amazing, and the prices aren't high. You also saw the same thing with the prices of tourist attractions. Either they're free or they're inexpensive. We've had a great time, but those are just our personal impressions. Share your experience if you've been there.
with me. Be free. Not looking back. Eyes on the freeway. Bonnie and Clyde. A classic cliche.
Since we're discussing prices, let's go to our hotel. I'll show it to you and tell you what we paid, so you can see it and compare it with what you want.
Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out.
We chose the Torreluz Centro. It's right next to the new Torreluz. I don't know if it always works like that, but at least when we went, it was working as an annex. I mean, we stayed there, but the reception was in the new Torreluz, as well as breakfast and the parking, which were also the same. What do I mean by this? That for a lower price, we probably got a room that wasn't as new, because the hotel has a style from a certain era, but then breakfast was the same for both hotels. The room was spacious, with a view of the street. Although, as you can see, the decor is not modern. And the price we paid in October was €52 per night with breakfast. We paid for parking separately. I think it was a very good price. But as I always tell you, check the prices for your dates. Compare several hotels to find a good option. I'll leave a video in the description that shows you how to make a good reservation. Now we're going to a spot that we've been seeing from afar since the video started, and we've been saving it as the cherry on top. The San Cristobal Viewpoint and the Walls of Geyron. From the Alcazaba, a stretch of wall runs all the way down to San Cristobal Hill, built during the time of King Jaime Geyron in the 11th century. These are the remains of the walls that once surrounded the Musala neighborhood. We have seen it from the Alcazaba, from the Almedina, from the rooftop of the Heritage Center, but now we are going to go up to the San Cristobal Viewpoint. Jairan al-Amiri, the first king of the Taifa of Almería, ordered the Musala suburb to be enclosed, running the wall down from the Alcazaba to La Ola, and from what is now known as the Hill of San Cristobal, all the way to the very edge of the sea. These walls are known as the Geyron Walls. On the hill, which is an impressive viewpoint over the city, there is a large pedestal with the image of the Sacred Heart of Jesus. This was built and blessed in 1930. In summary, the Wall of Jairan connects the Alcazaba of Almería with the hill of San Cristobal, going down the hill of La Ola. You have beautiful views of the city. We could wrap up what to see in the city from here, but we have more things around Almería, like the Tabernas Desert. And you know what? We'll find more movie locations there. If you wanted to add another place, the Guitar Museum could be one. We found it closed, and I was really looking forward to visiting it. And the Doña Paquita Art Museum could be the other one. We're not saying goodbye to Almería for good. We still have to explore the Tabernas Desert, some of the movie locations in this province, and the sea of plastic. Do you want to come? Welcome to Almería. Hello, fellow Viaje travelers. As we saw in the previous video, which I'll leave in the description in case you haven't seen it, we started this journey in Mojácar, one of the most beautiful villages in Spain. And after spending the night there, we were getting ready to take a road trip towards the city of Almería. Cabo de Gata, in Almería, was a place I had heard a lot about, and I was really looking forward to exploring it. The coast of Almería was promising, and even though it wasn't summer anymore, since autumn was already beginning, the idea was still tempting. Given the great weather in this area, we were definitely going for a swim. Although the plan was to take this route along the coast and enjoy the scenery. Our journey would start in Mojácar, with stops in Carboneras, Playa de los Muertos, Mesa Roldán, Agua Amarga, Playa de Monsul, and the Cabo de Gata lighthouse. As soon as we set out and started riding along the beaches of Mojácar, just a few kilometers in, we already found a place to stop. The Mecenas Tower or Castle on Mecenas Beach.
I didn't throw your stuff away.
This structure caught our attention. It dates back to the second half of the 18th century, and its mission was to defend the coast. Later, it would be occupied by the Spanish Civil Guard.
Just
We now continue our route towards Carboneras. The views you get are stunning, and on one of those curves, we come across a viewpoint. New stop, Granatilla Viewpoint. Keep an eye out for the viewpoint, because it's a stop you really shouldn't miss. Since we didn't know, we missed it and had to turn back. I wouldn't have missed it for anything. This impressive viewpoint is located at the northern entrance of the Cabo de Gata Níjar Natural Park, right at the municipal boundary between Mojácar and Carboneras. On the blog, we've left you a map with the entire route and the main points that we're going to show you in this video, so it can help you plan your road trip. We continued on our route. This stretch to Carboneras is incredibly beautiful. The dryness of the land, the curves in the road, and the views of the coast make it an unparalleled drive. We arrive in Carboneras. This fishing village turned tourist destination, located on the shores of the Mediterranean on this Almerian coast, comes into view as we come out of these bends in the road. We imagine that in the summer it must be full of tourists, but at the time we visited, tranquility took over the place. Our stop wouldn't be in the city. Instead, we would go to see one of the most famous beaches, Playa de los Muertos, and then head up to Mesa Roldan to find one of the Game of Thrones filming locations. Join us, let's keep going. When you reach the turnoff that leads either to Playa de los Muertos or to Mesa Roldan, you'll find a parking lot where you can leave your car. There's a fee during the summer, but it was free when we went. There you'll find a tourist information center, the kind of place you're always glad to find. There, they explain to us how to walk to the viewpoint of Playa de los Muertos, or how to go down to the beach itself. In our case, we chose to just visit the viewpoint. The walk is short, not tiring at all, and the views are magnificent. It is considered by many to be one of the most beautiful beaches in Spain. You can't stop being amazed to see these places where nature has been preserved like this. It's wonderful. This beach lacks services such as restrooms, trash bins, cafes, and bars, due to its protection by the Cabo de Gata Natural Park, thus preserving all its scenic value. Back at the Tourist Information Center, we got information about visiting Mesa Roldan. The path starts right there, and although it's not in perfect condition, it's still passable. Mesa Roldan is a volcanic plateau with a limestone ridge. It's an ideal viewpoint, and you'll also find the lighthouse, built in 1863. And the watchtower, which, in its current form, dates back to 1766. But records show it already existed in 1497. This Mesa Roldan Tower was one of the locations, as well as others in this province of Almería, that we will see in other videos in the series Game of Thrones. In Game of Thrones, we can see this tower in the 6th season during the Battle of Meereen, when Daenerys, along with Tyrion and Grey Worm, meet to offer them the chance to surrender and stop attacking the city. We now continue our journey, leaving Game of Thrones behind, and we find ourselves in a beautiful village of white houses nestled between hills. We arrive at Agua Amarga, which is part of the municipality of Níjar. We found a beach that was a bit more crowded, and we stopped here for a while to take a break.
Didn't throw your stuff away.
A beach that was also beautiful because of its location, but it was time to continue our journey, so we hit the road again. This road would take us to a viewpoint, the Matista viewpoint. Here at the Matista, we found another tourist information point, which we also took advantage of because we needed some more information to continue our route. Located between Rodalcalar and Isleta del Moro, we found this viewpoint that allows us to appreciate the natural beauty of the area. It's a stop we recommend. The views are truly impressive.
Maybe I'm lived
You feel it, music.
up.
Although we really wanted to stay, we got back on the road, now heading to San Jose to access Monsal Beach from there. We were able to enjoy this visit in October, with very few people around, something that, from what we were told, doesn't happen in the summer, because it gets very crowded then. It's only about 4 kilometers from the town of San Jose. The parking lot is a little bit far, but it's very easy to access. You can also reach Los Genoveses Beach by car, via the same road. The natural surroundings are wonderful. This iconic beach has also been used as a filming location for movies. For example, for Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. But that wasn't the only time. And now, the destination would be the Cabo de Gata lighthouse. Kilometers of beach stretch out before our eyes. Music.
So here we go again, it's no surprise.
Outro. All these stops we made are just some of the countless wonderful spots you can find in the Cabo de Gata Natural Park.
You got me crazy like no one else.
The view of a lighthouse we want to reach. And from here, from the lighthouse, the view of the reefs. The view towards the reefs. A must-see on this tour, without a doubt. Music. The Sirens Reefs viewpoint is one of the absolute must-see spots on this tour through Cabo de Gata. Our route would take us to the city of Almería, where we would stay for 3 days so we could continue exploring this province that had already stolen our hearts. Music. Welcome to Almería. Music. Mojácar is a charming spot in the province of Almería, a journey we love to take, a feast for the eyes, as well as for the palate, with the great restaurants we found there. Just 90 kilometers from the city of Almería, located in the Levante Almeriense region, in the autonomous community of Andalusia. Mojácar welcomed us with all its charm and captivated us, just like the entire province of Almería. Did it? Music. Mojácar Pueblo and Mojácar Playa are the two clearly distinct areas that we found. We chose to stay in the village and go out to explore those little streets where it's a pleasure to get lost. And then, yes, to explore its 17 kilometers of beaches. Music. How to get there. Music. If you have decided to go by car, we can tell you that you are 580 kilometers away from Madrid, 750 kilometers from Barcelona, 300 from Malaga, and 90 kilometers from the city of Almería. If you have decided to go by train, you can travel to Almería station and then take a bus to Mojácar. The nearest airport is also in Almería, 80 kilometers from Mojácar. We were in Barcelona, as you may have seen in our previous videos, and we flew to Malaga. There, we rented a car for this trip through southern Spain, starting in Mojácar. Where to stay? You can stay in Mojácar Pueblo or by the beach area. We chose to stay in the village and enjoy the charm of its streets and the tranquility we found in October. Our choice was Hostel El Olivar. We picked it as we always do, searching on booking websites, and it was definitely the right decision. Music, the simplicity and warmth of the place, and the dedication with which they welcomed and treated us during our short but beautiful stay was spectacular. Music. In our case, we paid €60 for the double room with breakfast, but as we always say, all of this can vary a lot. Always search for your own dates to know the exact price. Where to eat. Since it was also a very good option, and it was recommended to us right there in the village, I'm telling you about it. We had dinner at La Candela, the atmosphere is beautiful, the food is very good, and the service is great too. All these details I'm telling you about, like where to stay or where to eat, if they're good options, really enhance the visit. I'm convinced that a destination that captivates us isn't just made up of beautiful places, but also of great food, memorable experiences, and the warmth of its people. Mojácar and the rest of Almería had all of that. Mojácar has a rich and varied cultural heritage. Although the only recommendation is to walk, during that walk we will come across the Church of Santa Maria, for example, built in 1560, probably on top of an old Arab mosque. And the statue of the woman from Mojácar, located next to the church. Our steps will also take us to Parterre Square. It is believed that this square was once an old Arab necropolis. And of course, to the new square and its viewpoint, from where you get beautiful views of the valley. Music. You can't miss buying souvenirs. But there will be something that catches your attention and that you'll see in every house, on railings, on doors, in many places throughout the city. Music, the Indilo, music. The figure of the Indilo represents a man holding a kind of arch over his head. Music, the characteristic cave painting symbol of Almería, has its origin in the caves and shelters found in the Sierra Maria de los Vélez Natural Park. Music. This Neolithic cave painting is the oldest symbol of Andalusia. Music since 1998. It has been protected by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site. Music. For centuries, it has been considered a symbol of good luck. Music. Many inhabitants of Mojácar used to paint it on their houses to protect them from storms and the evil eye, and it became known as the Mojácar doll. Music. Today, it is already the symbol of all people from Almería. Music, its use is widespread as a talisman for good luck and home protection. Music, in popular belief, it is thought that the Indilo brings more luck when it is given as a gift to someone else. Music. So now you know what gifts you should bring to your loved ones. Mojácar is one of the most beautiful villages in Andalusia, without a doubt, and it is also included among the most beautiful villages in Spain. It has, as you've seen, a very special charm, and as you walk around, you find some wonderful little corners. We also remember, as we mentioned, that we have the Mojácar Playa area, kilometers of beautiful coastline to enjoy in the summer. We took a brief tour since it was October. It was dawn in Mojácar. Our journey would then continue through Cabo de Gata, the Tabernas Desert, and the city of Almería. Will you join us? Since we're sure you will, I'll say goodbye until the next video, where you'll be our travel companions through the wonderful Almería. Travel companions, shall we go on a tour of some of the many film locations in Almería? Since I think we've already covered in detail what to see in the city of Almería, Mojácar, and a road trip through Cabo de Gata, let's specifically add some cinematic sites to your stay in Almería, most of them in the Tabernas Desert. El Chorrillo. We move on to what was the set for the movie Exodus and was later used for Game of Thrones. Located on the slopes of the Sierra de Alhamila, we find the area of El Chorrillo in Pachina, where the sets are located. It's about 15 kilometers from Almería City, and you can find them marked on Google Maps. Anyway, I always leave the maps for you on the blog. Exodus. Gods and Kings was filmed here in 2014, as well as scenes from the 6th season of Game of Thrones, like the village of Vias Dothrak, territory of the Dothraki. As we were saying, we are in Pechina, in the Sierra de Alamila. Here you can find what used to be an outdoor film set built for Ridley Scott's movie Exodus. And Game of Thrones, with some modifications, used it in the 6th season for the scenes of the city of Vias Dothrak. In both cases, it wasn't the only Almería location used. For Game of Thrones, we've shown others in previous videos. Check the description if you haven't seen them. And in Exodus, we'll see some more later on. Getting there isn't complicated, and walking inside these abandoned sets has a certain magic to it. If you have a car and you're spending a few days in Almería, it could be a good place to visit. Very close by, there's another set that was also used to film episodes of Season 3 of the American suspense series, Penny Dreadful. Godalquilar. In the abandoned Denver plant, the Rodalcalar gold mine, movies have also been filmed, as well as in its surroundings. These abandoned mine buildings, with added decorations, have been used to film Warriors of the Sun in 1986 and The Mystery of Wells in 2003. If we ventured along the route through these mines, we would find sets from Duck, You Sucker, from 1971, El Curro Jimenez, and Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, which was filmed in a mining tunnel, A Reason to Live and A Reason to Die in 1972, as well as the recently mentioned Exodus. But the place is pretty deserted, and only we have dared to come this far. Next stop, Cortijo del Fraile. In Níjar, very close to Rodalquilar and Los Albaricoques, we find the Cortijo del Fraile. To get to the Cortijo del Fraile, we will go to Los Albaricoques, and from there, we will see that there is a dirt road signposted all the way to the Cortijo. Nearby, in 1928, the event known as the Níjar Crime took place, which inspired the verse Drama Blood Wedding by Federico Garcia Lorca. It was built by the Dominican friars of Almería in the 18th century, hence its name. It was known as the Hornillo Farmhouse, because it had a large oven for baking bread in the central courtyard. In 1836, it was confiscated by the state, and after being auctioned, it passed into private hands. The farmhouse and its surroundings have been used for different film shoots, such as The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, For a Few Dollars More, A Bullet for the General, Don Juan, and series like Los Hombres de Paco. You will find posters there indicating the number of movies that have been filmed and the years of each one. The condition it's in is really very neglected. We had seen it in videos before going, but we found it even worse, and with signs warning not to enter due to the risk of collapse. Anyway, these kinds of places always have their charm. And now we're going to the last movie set we visited, which, as we said, are just some of the many that are in Almería. Now we'll be visiting a natural area. We're going to the Rambla del Bujo in the Tabernas Desert. The way to get there is by taking the exit right next to the Ford Bravo theme park. I'll leave the map with the location on the blog to make it easier for you to get there. In our case, we went because we knew it was a filming location for Game of Thrones. But once we arrived, we found signs indicating that scenes from Indiana Jones and The Last Crusade, Two Scoundrels in the West with Bud Spencer, and the series Mar de Plástico were also filmed here. As you'll see on the signs, more places in the Tabernas Desert are marked as film locations. Honestly, this tour is spectacular. It's really worth doing. The desert landscape we see is very interesting. Several scenes from Game of Thrones have been filmed in this area. They needed an arid environment, and this area provides it. There's a scene where they use this space to represent the entrance gate to Vias Dothrek, adding 2 giant bronze horse statues with CGI. This plain of Benavides, also known as Owl Plain in the La Tortuga area, has been the setting for many Western movies, besides the ones I've already mentioned. Very close to here, in the La Cabeza del Águila area, for example, The Last of the Mohicans was filmed, among others. We haven't mentioned the theme parks Fort Bravo and Oasis Mini Hollywood. It's simply because we didn't visit them. Although they were recommended to us, we didn't have enough time in Almería to do everything we wanted, so we left them for a future visit, which we will definitely make at some point. But if you're a movie lover, it's probably a good place to visit. In the previous videos, we saw more locations from Game of Thrones, Indiana Jones, and Patton, which we won't repeat in this video. Do you remember the ones we already saw in the city of Almería, at Monsel Beach, and at Mesa Roldan? We'll add the links below for you. Fellow travelers, after this cinematic tour, we say goodbye to Almería and look forward to seeing you in the next video from somewhere else in Spain. We are wrapping up this Almería series, and in the next one, fellow travelers, I hope you'll join me when I say Are you planning a trip to? If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to share it, give it a like, and subscribe.